Greetings from Scouse Farm. Back in Sefton Park. It's a little bit noisy at the moment because that tractor is doing some tractory stuff. But just for location, I'm by the Eros fountain, which is where I have filmed previously. So if you've not seen it, there is a video on the channel walking around that fountain. But I want to show you a very interesting tree. But while I'm not near the tree at the moment, I need to walk you through some stunning looking little parts of the park, and it won't take long, so it's not going to be a long video with a lot of detail, but I just wanted to show you while the wind has dropped, which is a mercy at the moment, because every time I'm out the house at the minute it seems to be windy, but the wind has just disappeared out of nowhere, like we're in the eye of a storm or something. But I'm not taking a chance because it will be back like Arnie. Just look at this tree. This isn't the one in question, but I noticed this like pine type tree when I walked past to see where the other tree was. And the other tree that I'm going to take you to, it was a lady I met when I was filming the waterfall, the fairy glen and the waterfall, and she mentioned and showed me a picture of this tree, and it looked brilliant on camera, so I'm going to take you over to show you it in a minute. But before I go, there are other interesting trees, and there's also an aviary, or what was an aviary, which was placed in a park in around 1901, and it's just around the corner, so you'll see that in a minute, or what's left of it. But on a day like today, it looks stunning when you're walking through the park, and all the crocus are up now, daffodils are popping out, spring is coming up, and although it's hidden at the moment, you can see, say hello, wave to the sun, we will see it, it shall return. So let's walk you through to the aviary, which is easier to say when it's not freezing cold, because in some videos recently when I've tried to say certain words, the brain engages but the mouth just refuses to soldier and the words aren't coming out. But today is very warm, and it's the first warm day in a while, so take full advantage while I'm cutting through the park to get to my next place. And I'm going to show you now the aviary, and that's nice, the tractors decided to shut up. And the aviary was a home for exotic birds when the park was first set up. Now this sign, because it's rained quite a lot overnight and this morning, you can't see it very well, but as it mentions there, if you want to read up a bit more, just pause the video and then you can see all the details about when it was built and what it was built for. And there's an old picture of those walking around seeing some of the exotic birds that were in this area back in the very early 1900s. And that is what's left of it. Quite large caged area, I'm sure with a bit of funding and a little bit of knowledge from someone who deals with aviaries and things, that could be brought back to life, and maybe encourage a few more of the wild creatures to dive back into the park. But it's not like we're short of birds at the moment. There's quite a few different species flying around in this area of Sefton Park and this area of Liverpool, and as you can hear in the background, we've got a few having a little bit of bird song to give me a treat as I walk around. And unfortunately for them, I've got no seeds or anything, so they won't be getting fed today, which is happening a lot. I'm walking past places where there's ducks and geese and birds and I've got nothing to feed them, and I feel terribly guilty. Living in a city, I've said it often on videos, but if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I just often reiterate to people who live in cities, just get yourselves out. There will be a park somewhere within either walking distance or bus distance at least, if you've not got a car, and it makes a huge difference to your life if you can just get out into nature every now and again, breathe in some fresh air and just get away from the concrete. And you can't see very clearly now, but I will show you a few when I walk back out. But you've got crocus popping up there, where it went out of focus then. Out of focus on the crocus. And there's our little creatures who are making me feel guilty because I've got nothing to feed them. Sorry mate, I've got nothing. I'm just going to tease you in. But it's good. It's good to know you're not getting fed. Because then you'll appreciate your next meal when someone more kinder than I comes past and gives you something to eat. I'm sorry mate, I've got nothing. No, I can't look anymore. I'm going to cry. So let me take you to this magnificent tree that the lady mentioned to me. You can probably see it in the background. It's a slightly different colour than all the trees around it, and it's just at the bottom from the trunk up about 12-15 feet. It's just gone all, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just gone weird. So it looks very spooky and Lord of the Ringsy, which is that's the common term I'm going to use for things I can't explain. It looks absolutely weird. Look at that. It's definitely got life. And I know there's lots of stories and in history of people who worship trees and things, and certain energies attached to trees and things, but sometimes, like when you walk around, it depends on what mood you're in. You can see so many things when you look at trees. The same as the cloud thing, whatever that term is, where you see faces and creatures when you're looking up at clouds. But depending on your mood, I imagine it depends on what you see. But that is fantastic, and that was the purpose of me cutting through this way in the park. I just find it fascinating. Hello mate, you doing some litter picking there, yeah? You helping out? Clever little pooch. Don't drink that, whatever you do, it's poison. You're better off with a can of Guinness. But look at that. It is staggering. It's like you can just climb inside and it's opening up, allowing you to look into its personality or personality. And this part of the park is another part that I just don't walk through, but I did make a slight diversion today just to see if I could find this tree. Because like anything, when someone tells you where something is, you don't really get the best directions. But the lady in question, she said where it is, and it's exactly where she said it was, which was, it might sound stupid what I'm saying now, but sometimes people have said, yeah, just go up there, go past there, go there, and then you'll see it, you can't miss it. And then I'm like, where is it? And it's nowhere near where I was told. But this is exactly where she said it was, which helps the video massively instead of walking around just pointing the camera into the middle of nowhere. But I'll walk you back now and just show you a few of the crocus. But I'm sure you'll agree this is a very interesting and fascinating tree in our wonderful Sefton Park. So I'm going to walk you back, and we'll be able to see some crocus, which are all popping up now along the left when I get past the fountain there. On the right, sorry. I'm just wondering if they could make some alterations to this aviary to get it back in action, but I'm not too sure. And this home for the birds is something I'm going to come back and look at in the summer, just like everywhere else. I always say I'm going to come back in the summer, but at the moment you take advantage of a good day when you get it. So sorry about the noise in the background. As always, there's nothing I can do about the things around the park, but the crocus aren't here. I thought there was some popping up here, so I'll leave it there. So thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a great day. The Scouse Farm. We'll see you all again soon.